Gradelink allows staff to check in and check out, making it a practical tool for tracking hours worked. This is especially useful if you want to use Gradelink for payroll purposes. Now, to be clear, Gradelink does not actually connect with your payroll service. What's going to happen is it's going to allow staff to check in and check out. For example, I can check this staff in, and this is going to timestamp. And the staff can check in and check out multiple times during the same day, like for meal breaks. Here on the back end, I can actually do a search between any two dates ranges and see the total number of hours that staff has worked. And then I would plug that number into my payroll system in order to pay them. So that's what's possible. Let me kind of break down how you would actually get this off the ground. So the check-in and check-out system is browser-based. It's just a website address. In this case, it's secure.gradelink.com/80, which is the school ID /preschool. You could set this up on a laptop or an iPad, and you would put it physically in your building, like in a break room or at the front desk. This is not something that you would actually send to staff and have them do on their own phone. And the reason is because it's meant to ensure that the staff is physically on campus or at your building checking in and checking out. So if a staff were to try this at home, it actually wouldn't work. And let me show you an example. If you were to refresh this, you'll see this pop up. And if you want to log in, the school ID is 80, and then Washington is the username, and the password is demo in lowercase. So what'll happen is when you open up the laptop or the iPad in the morning, you have to put in the administrative password, and that prevents employees from being able to use this from home. In order to get there, what you need to do, you'd go to the administrative login, go to settings, and then click marketing, and you would grab this URL. And that is what you need to pull up this page. I do want to make sure this is clear that initially this was designed for preschool students who need to be signed in and signed out, but it can also be used for before care and after care and for staff checking in and checking out. But since it was designed with students in mind instead of staff, what needs to happen is I need to add the staff to the students tab. So I'm going to go to the students tab. I'm going to go actually put them in the inactive group. The reason I'm adding the staff to the inactive students group instead of the active group is because two reasons. One, I don't want to mix my staff up with the active students. I just want to have a clean list of actively enrolled students. Second, Gradelink charges based on the number of actively enrolled students. So by adding them as inactive students, I'm not charged. So for every student, let me pull out, for example, Joan of Arc here. This is what I'm putting in. I have their first name and last name. I'm putting them in grade level 20, just so I'm not mixing them up with my other students. Their status is inactive, and I put in a tag called staff. You don't have to put in the tag called staff, but it's helpful because if you go over here to view export, I can search for a list of all the staff. So these are the staff that I've added to the students to area just so that I can do the check-in and check-out function. Next is on the classes area, I've created a class called staff attendance, and I have these 4 staff associated to it. So with these 4 staff, since they're on the list, what it means is that when I go to actually log them in, I'm only going to see 4 staff here because those are the 4 that I've actually put in here. So that's how it works. And then to run the reports, you go to Administrator Reports and then click Check-in Reports. And there's actually a number of different options here at the top, but I'll show you the ones that are going to be most relevant to you. The total hours, this is how you are going to do the payroll. You'll see the name of the staff, their ID number, and then the 45 hours is how many hours they worked during this time period. But right here where it says 2712, that is basically 45 hours multiplied by 60 minutes. So this is the total number of minutes. You can go ahead and modify this. You can just have like between 2 date ranges and it'll just update things automatically for you. You can also use this drop down here on the left. The check-in log, this is the detailed view. So if I want to look up, for example, all the times that Kayla signed in, I can just type in Kayla and it'll show me every single time that she checked in and checked out. All right. If you go over here to add update, this is where you can make changes. So if someone checked out and you know that the time is incorrect or something like that, you can click on it and you can edit right there. You can also click add entry, and then you could fill in an entry for a particular staff, or you could actually select all of them and check them, mass check them in or mass check them out. Now, speaking of people needing to correct mistakes, the most common mistake that people will make is forgetting to check out at the end of the day. So maybe they check in the beginning of their shift and then they leave and then forget to check out. If that's the case for you, there is an option to automatically check people out at a certain time. So for example, at 5 p.m. right here under the classes area, I can say I am auto checkout on at 5 p.m. every day. So if you forget to check yourself out, I'm going to have the system automatically check you out at 5 p.m. You can also do this like rounding thing. So if you really don't like people checking out at 4:53 or 5:02, you just want it to be even increments like at 5 or 5:15 or 5:30, you can just do this quarter hour thing here. So that is how the check-in, check-out service works. You can actually find a detailed guide here on our website. It's got lots of examples and it's got videos and everything else as well.